Hey everyone, how are you? It's me, Spirited Dowsey. Hopefully you are all doing great out there. Welcome to my channel if you're new, and if you like the things that you hear and they resonate with you, feel free to subscribe and follow me on my other social media platforms like Instagram and Facebook. So today we're doing the June 2022 energy update. I apologize if this video seems less refined or rehearsed than my other videos. It's partly because my personal life and the energies and the things that occurred in my personal life was exactly like what I said in my May energy update. I just had so much happening, lots of tower moments, lots of things just pulling at me energetically, demanding for my time and energy, especially around my family, etc. And hopefully that wasn't the case for many of you, but unfortunately I feel like that was really what was true for you. And so I didn't have a ton of time to rehearse and to deal with a lot of the things and prepare for a lot of things I wanted to do for this video. So I apologize and thank you for your patience. So numerology for this month is around 6. I've said that the 6 is harmony, harmonizing, and harmonizing usually isn't pretty. It usually isn't about sunshine and rainbows and smiles on your face. No, it's a grueling process. It is recalibrating. It is shifting around. It is reorganization. It is breaking down comfort boxes to be more aligned with things that are for your highest good. And hopefully that means more peace and joy and love in your life. But that doesn't mean it's easy. And that's going to be a double dose of that energy because we're also aligning with the harmony energy of the year of 2022. So we're going to get this huge emphasis on harmonizing energy. And unfortunately, what I feel is that this is going to occur more on the collective social environment that we are part of. You can bring up relationships that are going to be part of this. You are massively important in regards to the energy this month. It's going to be around the collective, are going to be huge mirrors around the harmony energy as we are being pushed and further to decide, are these things going to continue to go forward with you? They no longer serve you as the creator for you to align with what you feel is for your highest good as you go forward. And we are going to get a massive amount of that energy showing us that as we go forward. So be careful around the energies of this month, especially in the later half, because the astrological events this month that's going to aid the harmony energy is we're dealing with the new moon in Gemini. Gemini is a very curious energy. Gemini has always been kind of this communicative curiosity, and we are going to have this kind of drive that says expand on your curiosity, expand on the things where your creativity wants to come out and be useful, right? So the things that drive your passions, the things that really get your heart going, you're going to want to spend more time doing that in this month in the new moon. Great time to really set those intentions and move forward as you go with that energy. Excuse me. That moves us into the full moon in Sagittarius, and that energy is around beliefs. That's energy is about meaning of life. That's meaning about religion and theory, etc. And so a lot of what we're going to know about us in the harmony in the energy, the numerology and harmony of this month, you're going to see a lot of our beliefs, a lot of our purpose, a lot of the things that we thought were the meaning of our life being brought front and center during this full moon time frame for us to reevaluate, to say, are you sure this is what you want? And if it's not, we need to make changes and to readjust as we go forward. So a lot of our beliefs, a lot of boundaries, a lot of our relationships, the things that we have really thought true about ourselves are going to come up and say, we may need to reevaluate this and shift them around. We may need to reconsider the things that we thought was what we wanted, and to really look at ourselves with the inner look and to be honest and saying, is this really what you want? Both from a personal life, but really from a collective basis on the relationships and in the collective. All right. We're going into the summer solstice. The summer solstice, this energy is about more light, more warmth, continued growth, long days of sun, right? And this should be a time about ease as we go into the dog days of summer. But what I can tell you that this will not be the case. This is a very difficult time, and it feels with the summer solstice and June energy is that things are just going to get hotter. So I keep hearing heat. I keep hearing the idea of hotter, hotter, hotter. And maybe it could be on one level, like the weather is going to warm up. Sure, the weather is going to get hotter, and etc. But to me, it feels more like a metaphysical thing where the energies are going to be relentless. The sun is going to shine on these things that need to come out, and it's going to cause this temperature of our emotional bodies and the things that we've been holding on to come to a boil. Things are going to get hotter and hotter and hotter, and they're going to pop, and people are going to become irritable. People are going to explode with all this sense of things that they've been holding on to that they didn't know they were holding on to are all going to start coming out as we move through this month. And that is going to be in alignment with the Cancer energy. Cancer energy is around home, family, relationships, close relationships, and emotions. So all that stuff boiling in heat and energy and light, pushing and causing it to get hotter and hotter are going to really be fairly profound as we move through this month and all as well through the rest of the summer and the rest of the year. Okay. So what I can tell you is that the overall theme, the overall metaphor I want you to think in your mind is that it's hard to see the forest when you're focusing on the trees. So what I mean by that is that a lot of us are going to be forced to look up and to reevaluate where we are and to see the bigger picture of things. We are going to be, we're going to have to be mindful about what we're doing in terms of the things we're focusing on and how those are in relationship to the big goals and the pictures. And the things that we are focusing on are going to be highlighted, especially around, I would say, relationships, the collective, around, especially around relationships in the collective and your work, okay? So there is energy around this idea of powerlessness, feeling like a victim, okay? Your boundaries this month are going to be highlighted. Your beliefs are going to be tested this month, and you will be pushed to discover things that are self-limiting or no longer serve you. For you to get to that point of understanding that about you, you're going to go through some victim-based experiences and mentality to be able to understand that. So this means that this feeling of victim-based mentality, this powerlessness is going to come out. For you to be able to understand boundaries, it's for you to be able to understand yourself and the beliefs that you had put as a creator into this situation so that you can reevaluate yourself, rejigger, collaborate, harmonize into a better belief system that's more encompassing, more compassionate, and more loving for yourself and for the relationships that you're involved in. Okay? And so what that means is that you're going to have to step out of these situations and to really looking and reevaluate yourself, even though the precipice of that experience is around to be about victimhood, anger, and powerlessness. It's going to make you look inward so that you can look at your boundaries and the beliefs that you have about yourself as well as about the relationship, okay? What that means is that many of you guys may end up having this nostalgic sensation, synapse of going through your childhood memories, understanding where these beliefs came from, understanding how these things came about and why they're coming up again, for you to revisit and to clear that energy out, or just to give yourself love again, give your child self love, so you don't have to continue to create within your relationships these powerless victim-based energies that are testing your boundaries, right? On the flip end of that, you may be able to go into your childhood and look at memories of innocence, look at memories of wonderment, look at memories that were pure and joyful to help you get to a space that allows you to feel love, joy, and peace and create in that sense, right? Going back as a child and being in the moment and finding that innocence is really going to be helpful for you to kind of get through this month and to work with your relationships. So that means, yes, we're going to need to find stamina. We're going to need to find confidence. We're going to find the strength for us to move through these energies as our relationships twist and turn and push and make us feel all these emotions, especially near the end of the month, around ourselves and anger and the powerlessness and readjust our boundaries and our beliefs that are limiting and our beliefs that we have around our relationships, as well as the beliefs and the things that we deal with collectively, okay? You're going to need that strength. You're going to need that confidence to get you through this month. So find a place where you can say, or find something that helps you keep your focus on the big picture. Help you keep your focus on the big picture, because a lot of things are going to come this month. And it feels like for a lot of us, what I'll say is like, you've been doing your work, you've been feeling like you're getting there. And then what we get is this whole wave of stuff that feels like it's just trying to hold you back from reaching that goal. You're going to need your strength, your stamina to get through that piece. And a lot of that messiness is going to come through the relationship and the collective, okay? And that's all that's going to do is just really push us to reevaluate ourselves. Like I said, this is about reevaluating ourselves this month. And so there's going to be this big self-reflecting kind of energy this month as things come about, where you've been dedicated, you've been loyal to the things you've been doing, and it's really going to be important for us to take a step back, maybe even do more journaling to say, where am I? Are the things that I'm doing really in alignment of all the things I want for myself? And if they're not, what do I need to do to change those things around? Because that requires honesty. Honesty is going to be really important for you when you're reevaluating yourself to say, is this truly what I want? Is this truly important for me? Is this the things that I should be doing? Or is this something that someone told me that I should be doing that I think is what is supposed to be important, right? They're really big questions to be asking yourselves as they pertain to your goals and your own awareness and mindfulness as you go through this month in relationship to the pressures and twistings of what's happening in our relationships, romantic, family, home life, etc., as well as the collective experience as we go along. Because there aren't the energies this month, there aren't going to be a lot of it's going to be difficult to kind of transition a lot of the energies. I say that because a lot of the energies that's going to be coming out it feels like there's just, the truth isn't fully there. The truth isn't fully there. From the collective level, what you see and hear and experience, the truth isn't fully there. What you're hearing from your relationships and the things at work, etc., the truth just isn't fully there. What you are saying to yourself and what you're doing, the truth isn't fully there. It's like you got all these cards that are all out there, but somebody's holding one secret little card behind their pocket, right? Waiting for that time. And it's requiring you this month to say, we need to reevaluate, and for you to determine and to really look at things beyond surface level to find the truth about what is occurring for you and whether or not they're for your highest good. Now, I talked about this in chapter 7 of my book, an exercise to help you find and discern truth in your energetic field, if you will, beyond just the logical mind, utilizing your energetic field beyond the logical mind for you to help you discern what feels truthful to you. This month, you're going to really need to do that. You're going to need to use that exercise to help you discern the truth as you go along. from many different levels, that's going to be important. So what I can say is in the collective aspect, you're going to get a lot of news. You're going to get a lot of collective mirroring that's going to reflect things to you, that's going to make you reevaluate yourself. But the truth of what's happening isn't quite there, and you're going to really need to look into it to say, where does my truth on this sit? How much of the truth is really being shown to me, or is this a manipulation of an agenda that's trying to get me to emotionally react and to put up these facades that don't really serve me as I go forward? The same thing is going to be true for your close relationships, your romantic relationships, your home life, your family. All those things are going to test you, and you're going to feel like you're in these experiences where you're like, whoa, this just doesn't. I see this happening. I see the surface level of it, but there's something else that's there that needs to be explored, that needs to be brought out into the light, that has to be shown to me for me to get the truth, so I can really see what's happening and I can reevaluate where I am in relationship to that. Okay? So what does that mean for us personally? It means that we need to be honest with who we are. What is it that you truly want? What is it that you truly are doing? What is it that you are truly saying to other people? And is it exactly what you're trying to say? And are the things that you're telling yourself the truth, or are they just things that you are doing to avoid the things you don't want to face? That's what a lot of this energy is all about this month. So you're going to see this energy bring these things out for us, and we're going to need to really look into them to find the truth and where they sit with us, and how that will help us see, one, our belief systems, one, our boundaries around these certain things, and whether or not these truths continue to align as we go forward, right? Be able to see the forest from the trees. Stop getting caught up into the details of things and perseverating on them. We're going to really need to look up to see things and to see if they really or truly matter for us, and the truth of what's actually happening out there. All right. The flip side of all this, right? A lot of us may find ourselves it's like this. You're gonna have it's like you're holding onto a sword by the blade. And as you're holding onto the sword by the blade and the things that are happening in your life, for many of you, you're gonna start to grip that blade tighter and tighter and tighter because you're trying to get control. In that effort to try to get more control, all you're doing is you're causing damage to yourself. You're cutting your own self and you're bleeding. When all we know is that for you to hold the blades in a more safe manner is just to loosely grab it and just hold on to it so that it doesn't cut you, right? For many of us, I think what happens is that when you're focusing on the trees and not the forest, if you will, or you lose sight of the forest and you're focusing on the trees, what this could lead to is an over complication of things rather than the answer being just quite simple and easy. We are going to find, and this is what I say, the truth needs to really come out, the honesty needs to come out, because if you don't do these things, you're going to overcomplicate things, and it's going to become such a mess for you, and you're going to strive to try to get more control. You're going to strive to be more powerful. You're going to strive to have this sensation of mastery over your domain, when all it's going to do is cause you more pain and suffering, and you're going to be in this whole would, should, could, this or that, focusing on the details when losing sight of the big picture as you go along. So I want you to be mindful is that as you go through these things and things harmonize and things are shifting around for your highest good, if you get stuck staring into the trees and focusing on the tree levels and you don't get your head up enough to see and reevaluate and see the bigger picture, you're going to be like this person grabbing the blade tighter and tighter as it's cutting your hands, all because you are trying to get control, you are trying to find power, you are trying to find all these things that are being brought up for you to reevaluate, to reharmonize, given the energies and the astrological things that are occurring this month. And the more and tighter you grasp, the harder that and the more pain it's going to cause for many of you as you go forward. So I hope that rambling makes sense. I apologize if that wasn't as rehearsed and refined as my other videos, but I needed and wanted to get this out for you. Just know that this month alone is going to be profound. A lot of stuff is going to happen, and it just feels like it's hot, heat, and people are going to start cooking, and whatever the pressure cookers that people are in that aren't honest about themselves and aren't looking at and aren't being truthful, boom, are going to explode. So I hope that helps you. If you like what you hear, follow me. Feel free to reach out to me at spiritualdowsy.com. I love you. Have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.